who shares my kingdom and walks by my side. ये लास्ट 4 लाइन्स है श्री अरबिंदो की कविता इन्विटेशन की. And you might think it's strange that I am starting at the end. लास्ट 4 लाइन्स है. But then T.S. Eliot, जो कि श्री अरबिंदो से 16 साल छोटे थे और खुद एक पोएट थे, उन्होंने कहा था कि every phrase and every sentence is an end and a beginning. And why I am starting at the end is because for me, इस कविता का culmination is this, where I can see a very powerful elemental figure demanding from us, from me, to be a companion, to be the best version of ourselves, myself, and become fearless, almost equal in stature. Now, so this poem wants me to, or makes me feel that I want to throw my arms out and not just open myself up to the Almighty, but become one with the Almighty, become one with divinity. And that is why it is so different from all other poems that I have read, and so different from everything that I see in the school of spiritual poetry, so to say. Sri Aurobindo wrote these poems within the confines of Alipur jail, as you all know, and Ritika just mentioned. And this was a turning point in his life. He wrote this poem in 1908, a turning point in his life. He came out from that jail, and after that, he quit politics altogether and followed the spiritual path to Pondicherry. And you would think that a person who's writing a piece of these words in jail the poetry would have some kind of yearning, some longing to be free from these 4 walls. But to use the word yearning in this particular poem would not be right, because there is much more to it than yearning. It is a powerful poem. Let me read the first few lines. He says, "With wind and weather beating round me, up to the hill and moorland I go. Who will come with me? Who will climb with me? Wade through the brook and tramp through the snow?" We can almost see the vivid images that Sri Aurobindo paints. And actually Sri Aurobindo has spoken a lot about poetry in his work, The Future Poetry, where he talks of poetry as something that should allow you to see. आपको दिखना चाहिए जो पोएट बोलना चाहता है. और जब हम ये कविता पढ़ते हैं तो वो दिखाई देता है. वो नेचर में आप चल रहे हैं, पहाड़ पर चढ़ रहे हैं, वो दिखाई देता है. All these words, when he says wade through the brook or tramp through the snow, this is not actual snow that we are talking about. This is not actual rivers that we are talking about. We are talking about all the trials and tribulations, all the obstacles that you will have to overcome in life if you want to walk this path with your Guru. So nature is symbolic here. It represents life and the spiritual path. Let me, for those of you who may not remember this poem right now, let me just recite it for you once. With wind and weather beating round me, up to the hill and moorland I go. Who will come with me? Who will climb with me? Wade through the brook and tramp through the snow? Not in the petty circle of cities, cramped by your doors and your walls I dwell. Over me God is blue in the welkin, against me the wind and storm rebel. I sport with solitude here in my regions, of misadventures have made me a friend. Who would live largely? Who would live freely? Here to the wind-swept uplands I ascend. I am the Lord of tempest and mountain. I am the spirit of freedom and pride. Stark must he be, and a kinsman to danger, who shares my kingdom and walks my side. The hill, moorland, brook, snow, wind-swept uplands, these are all challenges that all of us will face. And our ability to overcome them is what Sri Aurobindo asks of us. He says, not in the petty circles of cities. Petty बोल दिया उन्होंने city को. Petty trivial है, unimportant है, matter ही नहीं करता. ये चार दीवारी कोई मायने नहीं रखता और ये इंसान जो कि जेल में बंद है वो ये बोल रहा है. And when you read the poem, all you see is the hills, the snow, the rain. This is what you feel. ये कैसे हो सकता है कि ये इंसान जेल में जो ये कविता लिखता है. और एक बहुत ब्यूटीफुल लाइन है इसमें, when he says, above me, over me, God is blue in the welkin. Welkin पुरानी इंग्लिश में आसमान को, heavens को कहते हैं. And when I was listening to Ritika, I realized that what I had felt about this line was so true. When he says God is blue in the welkin, is he just talking about the sky being blue and God there, or is he talking about Krishna? Because this was the time, remember, when he had this powerful revelation. He had these mystical, spiritual experiences where he had actually come face to face with Krishna, as he said. So when he says, over me God is blue in the welkin, this is not just the sky and the openness of the sky, but maybe Krishna himself that he refers to. And here you can also see the command over Latin and Sanskrit. So very few people have this kind of, or ever had this kind of command over these two very different but very powerful languages, Latin as well as Sanskrit. He says, against me the wind and the storm rebel. Personify कर दिया है storm को, wind को, ठीक है? So he's attributing these human attributes to nature. And these are again the trials and tribulations that will come your way. Sri Aurobindo carries on. I sport with solitude. खेल रहे हैं अकेलेपन के साथ. He's alone in that jail cell, but he's having fun. He's playing. What a joyful relationship to have with isolation. I cannot see any sense of being confined. There is a longing for freedom, yes, in this poem, but he is not confined by the walls. चार दीवारी में कोई रोक भी नहीं सकता है ऐसे सोल को. There is a repetition. Who will come with me? Who would live freely? He is demanding. He is expecting that you join. There's a lot of symbolism here. In fact, the poem so aptly titled Invitation is an invitation to break free from the limitations of the material world and try to achieve a higher consciousness. Sri Aurobindo himself considered poetry to be a means of spiritual expression and a tool for transcendence. अगर आपको एक higher plane पे जाना है, अपने से better होना है, if you want to reach somewhere more than what you just see around you, poetry can help you do that. And in this particular poem, we see glimpses of imagery, symbolism, so many other poetic devices, and they all invite the people who are reading, the reader, to embark on a journey of self-discovery and enlightenment. Why I like the poem is rather than a sense of submission before a higher power, it creates a sense of exaltation. I feel bigger than what I am inside, and that is why this poem is so important for me. When my father sent me this poem around 2-3 weeks back, and he asked me to say what I felt about it and how I felt when I read it, for the first week I don't think I gave him any answer. And the reason was that I did not think that I was worthy of giving a commentary on Sri Aurobindo's work. But then at some point I read in one of Sri Aurobindo's articles that he wanted to be a kind of muse to people who had this artistic temperament, this creativity. And I felt that it is important to find that divinity, that spark of divinity inside you, and think of yourself as capable of being able to speak on somebody you admire, which is why I decided to go through with this. And even as this poem dares you to choose a more difficult path, it shows you that the seeker and the sought can become one. And that is what I love about this poem. Thank you.
बहुत बहुत अच्छा। स्वप्ना पहली बार श्री अरविंद सोसाइटी के किसी भी प्रोग्राम में पहली बार बोल रही थी, हमारी भी दोस्त है, और इस आश्रम में पहली बार। और ये जो पोएम है, ये लगता है कि मतलब ये हवाएं, क्या बोल रहे हैं अंग्रेजी में जो भूत, ये हवाएं, ये तूफान, ये सब हमारे खिलाफ विद्रोह कर रहे हैं। कौन आएगा हमारे साथ? इसमें है हिम्मत जो हमें ज्वाइन करे। हम जिस चेतना की जिस यात्रा पर हम जा रहे हैं, आगे बढ़ने जा रहे हैं, जिस ऊंचाई पर, कौन हमारा साथ देगा? तो इनविटेशन है, आमंत्रण है। अब इसके बाद अगला कार्यक्रम है भजन बाई मिसेज रिंकू बैनर्जी। रिंकू जी पिछली बार हम लोग कार्यक्रम में इन्होंने गीत गाया था, और इस बार फिर तो लगता है नियमित रूप से हम लोग को एक नया सिंगर उपलब्ध होगा।